Hello, hello, hello. We're going to give it a few minutes and let people join. Hi, ladies. Hello, hello. While people are joining, we're going to give it a few minutes. Let me adjust my bangs. I'm late. I was trying to aim for 6, but unfortunately it just did not work out. I had back-to-back calls today. So how is everyone doing? Happy New Year. Is everyone ready for the new year? 2018. Oh my goodness. It's crazy. Cray cray. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Lisa. Hi, ladies. Hi, Janet. Hello, hello. So we're going to give it a few minutes. While we give it a few minutes, I'm going to walk away really quick for just a few minutes. I'm going to grab my glass of wine very quickly because we're bringing in the new year for 2018. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back with my glass of wine. So, if you want, you guys go grab a glass of wine and cheers to 2018 with me. So, Happy New Year, ladies. Here's to a prosperous 2018. I'm super excited to be here with you guys tonight. And we're going to be talking about goal planning, and so goal setting and planning for your year. So lots to go over. So that's why I'm getting my wine, because we have a lot to go over. Okay, so let's see who we've got. If you've been here before with me, let me just see if we can find some people here. Okay, so if you have been here with me before, if you've seen a live with me before, give me some crown emojis. If this is your first time joining me, then just show me some love by giving me some hearts. So let me know that you've been here before. How's everyone? Hi, Carissa. Hi, Naida. How are you ladies doing over here? So I've got Facebook going. I've got Instagram going. And we're going to be doing a training all about goal planning and setting for 2018. So let's start off with some, hi Isadora. Let's start off with some things that we've accomplished for 2018. So in the comments, if you guys don't mind, telling me the top 2 accomplishments that you had, or top 2 to 3 accomplishments that you had in 2017. So what were your biggest accomplishments for 2017? What were the biggest goals that you accomplished in 2017? Let me know by commenting in the comment screen. And I'm going to wait because I want to see what your guys' accomplishments are looking like in 2017 as I adjust my cameras. So yes, I am late, you guys, so I apologize for being late. I had back-to-back coaching calls today all day, and so I literally, I was like, I have to, get, because I was in my pajamas doing my coaching calls. So I was like, I got to get out of my pajamas and get into clothes now. So I'm running a little late because I wanted to get pretty for you guys. So my apologies. Okay, so we've got some coming in. So 6-figure income, started my blog, published my first book. Yay! That's awesome. Started your blog, published a book. What do we have? So biggest goals that we've accomplished in 2017. What were the biggest goals that you accomplished? What was your New Year's resolutions, or what goals did you make for yourself last year that you accomplished this past year? Or what was your biggest accomplishment? So I will share a couple with you. So one of my bigger goals, this is my first full year full time in business. Last year I was in business and I was working full time and doing my business only part time. So 2017 was my first full year in business. And for 2017, I ended the year at $207,823 and some change. So I'm officially a multiple six-figure business, which was one of my goals for 2017. So I would say that was probably my biggest accomplishment. And then my second biggest accomplishment was probably the collaborations that I did with some pretty amazing mentors and coaches that I look up to and admire. I did a lot of collaborations with them. So let me start by introducing myself for those of you who are new to me. My name is Wendy Porter, and I'm the soul and sass behind Crown for Success. And we are the fastest growing network for soulful, ambitious boss ladies on Instagram. Crown for Success is a coaching business that mentors and motivates women to reach their highest potential in both business and mindset mastery. So that is what we do, and that is who we are. I am a business coach. I actually started as a life coach, moved into business coaching, and I actually now teach a ton of Instagram. I also run another big accomplishment this year was that last year was that I now run also the Badass Business Women. So if you are here from that page, I am now running that page as well. So very exciting to be with you. And I also have another page called Manifesting Queens. So you can check that one out as well. So that is what I do. You still helping? I'm still doing coaching, and I am still doing one-on-one clients. I only take 5 VIP one-on-one clients per year. But I do VIP one-on-one coaching. If you're interested in something like that, feel free to message me after this live, and I can talk to you more about that. All right. So let's get started. I'm going to have a drink of my wine. And let me see why everybody's quiet on Facebook. Do we have anybody on Facebook? Yeah, we do, but nobody's commenting yet. Okay. So let's get started. Oh, here we go. Here's some comments coming in. I accomplished mental and emotional health and healing. Perfect. Opened my business and made my first sale. Yahoo! Purchased my monogramming machine and fired up that second biz. Great. Increased my online sales. Congratulations. Awesome. My business made 1 year yesterday. Yay. Congratulations. Oh my gosh, me too. How did I forget my retirement from corporate America? Yes. Retirement from corporate America is super important. That was a huge accomplishment for me too. You guys, I was in corporate America for 15 years prior to building my dream business. And I was at a very high level, director level position, making 6 figures in corporate America, but I was super miserable. I had anxiety attacks and stress all the time. I managed up to 450 people in different cities, so it was super stressful. One of my goals, where I'm wearing these big obnoxious hoop earrings, is because in corporate America, I couldn't wear hoop earrings. And so one of my goals for 2017 was obviously to quit my corporate America job and to be able to run my business full time. Or it was my goal for 2016. And so I put on my goal board to be able to, one of my goals was to be able to wear big hoop earrings whenever I feel like it, because I couldn't wear them in corporate America because that wasn't professional. So I was like, I remember my 2016 goal of being able to quit my corporate America job and retire that job and do this business full time. So I decided to honor that by wearing these big obnoxious hoop earrings today. So that's why I have those on. Because now I can wear earrings whenever I feel like it. I've been there miserable working at corporate America. Amen. I know that's right. Yes, I was miserable too. I mean, it's not misery for everyone, but it certainly wasn't meant for me. That's for sure. All right. So let's get started. Now that you know kind of a little bit about me and and who I am. So does everybody have a journal and a pen? So I want you guys to take tons of good notes today so that we can talk about goal planning, because I think people struggle with this a lot. So I want you guys to get really like a journal, a pen, even if you don't have a journal, just a paper. I actually bought this really cool planner for the year. So, because one of my goals is to get myself more organized in my business, because my business has been such a whirlwind this past year that I've got to get more organized. So I bought myself a planner, and it's super, it's really neat because it breaks down, all kinds of stuff in there. So it's pretty cool. So get yourself, if you don't have a planner, at least get a journal that you can write down your notes. So let's get started. So one of the things that I'm going to be looking at both phones, because I am on Facebook here and I'm on Facebook here and Instagram here. So one of the things that I want you guys to really focus on and start looking at is to declutter and clear any blocks that you have. So before you even start making your goals, what blocks do you have? What's holding you back? What's getting in the way of your success? What do you think what do you think got in the way last year of any success that you didn't achieve or goals that you didn't achieve? So declutter, clear your blocks. So ask yourself these questions. Do you fear succeeding? And although that seems silly and ridiculous, it's probably one of the biggest things that I see, especially in women, is that we fear, at some level, we fear success. And so you got to figure out, what is that for you? Like, do you fear success? And if you do, why? So ask yourself why. So do some journaling. Ask yourself, why is it that you fear success? What's going on that makes you fear success? Is it, that you think your life will change? Is it that you think a big one that I see is, maybe you think you'll be too successful for, the man that you're with. Maybe, you'll be too much for him if you're making more money than he is. Another one I see is just, what will my friends think? Will I lose friends if I'm too successful? Will I lose myself? Will I have to work harder? I don't want to get out of my comfort zone and work harder. So there's many different reasons why we fear success, but believe it or not, it's probably one of the biggest things that I see in women is that they actually fear success. And until you can get over that mindset, you can set all the goals in the world, and I can teach you how to, write them down and how to visualize them and how to take inspired action towards them. But if your mindset is still fearing success, it's going to be really, really hard for you to accomplish your goals. Okay. So be sure that you tackle that first. Do some declutter work with your journal. Figure out, what are you scared of? What hindered you from reaching your goals last year? Is it fear of success? And then also ask yourself, what obstacles can you anticipate? So not only, writing down what are you truly afraid of, but if you are on path to reach a specific goal, what obstacles can you anticipate? What kind of things could go wrong? Because when you anticipate what could go wrong and you write them down, then they don't come as a shock or surprise to you or push you off track when they do come up. They're easier to tackle and get through, because we're all going to experience hurdles when we create goals, when we are setting goals for ourselves. There's always going to be hurdles in the way, or something's always going to happen to make you take a detour. But if you write it down and anticipate it beforehand, like what are the things that could go wrong to hinder you, it's much easier when you take that detour. Okay, so write that down. Write these things down in your journal. And this way also, when you're writing things down and you're anticipating what could hinder you, you can create a plan for that too. So yeah, this could hinder me, but this is what I could do instead, or this is what I could do if that happened. So just be anticipating that and write those things down. And then ask yourself, here's the big thing, is what I see a lot too, is procrastination. So procrastination is really fear. It's just fear disguising itself. So what are you, with your procrastination, truly what you're doing is you're just fearful of something. When you keep procrastinating, putting something back, it's something inside of you that is just like, you don't want to face it, you don't want to do it, so you just keep putting it on the back burner. You don't want to do it, you keep putting it on the back burner. Kind of like how I don't want to go to the gym. So I don't want to go to the gym because I don't like working out. I don't like working out because I don't like to sweat, and it goes a lot deeper than that. So it's fear of, change, fear of being uncomfortable, fear of working out in front of a bunch of people I don't know. So it's all kinds of things. But whenever you're procrastinating, whenever you find yourself procrastinating on a task or procrastinating on achieving your goals, it's typically stemming from a place of fear. So what is your fear? What is the fear that you're holding on to? Then when you have decluttered and cleared your blocks, the next thing to do is really get clarity. So get crystal clear on what it is that you want to achieve, because I see a lot of people really not clear on what it is that they want to achieve in their goals. So get crystal clear. What do you want to achieve? And the easiest way to do this is really to break your goals down by areas in your life. And so some of the areas in your life could be business, so business related. So what do you want to achieve? Get clarity around that. What do you want to achieve? What are you clear on as far as your business? What do you want your business to look like this time next year? So for me, last year, I was making six figures and I wanted my business to be a multiple six-figure business. So last year I got clear on that. This is what I want. This is what I'm going to accomplish in 2017, is making sure that this time next year, I own a multiple six-figure business. Okay. And right now my goal is this time next year, I will own a business that's making $500,000. That's my goal for 2018. So get super clear on what it is that you want to achieve. So I know, and I'm completely crystal clear, that I will be a $500,000 business this time next year. And I was super clear that I would be, be a multiple six-figure business this year. So get clear on what it is that you want first, okay? Because sometimes we're wishy-washy and we don't know. Well, I just want to make some good money. Well, that's not good enough. You got to be specific on what it is that you want. Those of you who follow me, you all know that I believe in law of attraction. I also teach manifesting. So the universe likes specificity. So the universe wants you to be specific on what your goals are. So it wants you to be completely crystal clear and specific on what it is that you want to achieve. Without that, it can't help you. It can't aid you in helping you to achieve those goals, because you're all over the place with your goals and it doesn't know what you want. So you have to get super crystal clear on what it is that you want to achieve with your goals. What is your goal? Look at each area of your life. So break it down by, for instance, business. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest in business, what do you feel like you are right now? So let me see, 1 through 10, 10 being the highest. What do you feel like your level of success is in business? Is it a 5? Is it a 7? Is it a 10? What is your level of success in business right now? So write that down. And if you want to comment, I'd like to see it from you guys on comments. So I see 3. So what is your level of success right now on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest? What's your level of success right now in business? A 2 to 3. Okay. So I want you to write down what it is for business, and then I want you to write down why you think it's that way. So why do you think that it's a 2 or 3 and not a 7 or 8? Okay. Yours is a 9. Perfect. A 5. So why do you think it's a 2 or 3 or a 4 or 5 or, a 6 and 7 instead of a 9 or a 10? So write those down. Why? Another area of your life to get that you can create goals from is your health. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest health-wise, what is it for you? What level are you on? Are you a 1 in health? Are you a 10 in health? What are you in health? And then relationships is another area that you can get clarity and specificity on, is relationships. Are you a 1? Are you a 5? Are you a 10 on relationships? And then the next one is recreation and fun. So recreation and fun. Are you a 1 on right now? I swear I'm probably a 2 in fun because I don't have a lot of time to have fun anymore because of my business. So I'm probably at a 1 or a 2 in fun. And that's one of my goals this year. So depending on where you rate yourself really is going to also help you create your goals. Because if I know I'm a 2 in fun and recreation, then I know that I probably need some work, some extra work, and I need to create some extra goals around that, like maybe doing a date night once a week, or maybe traveling more than what I did last year, which I did travel quite a bit last year, but maybe traveling more this year. So rate yourself in all these things. So what are you in recreation and fun? Then the next thing is money. So what are you in money? So are you a 1? Are you a 5? Are you a 7? Are you a 10 in money? Remember, you want to be asking yourself why. So why are you that number and not a higher number? I need to create more time with my kids. Yes. It's hard when you're running a business. It really is. So, okay. So money, where are you at money? And then the next one is personal spiritual growth. Where are you with personal and spiritual growth? Are you a 1? Are you a 2? Are you a 5? Are you a 10 in personal or spiritual growth? So like personal spiritual growth, I tend to be a little bit higher because I'm always to me is a priority, but working out isn't a priority. So I know that I need to kind of adjust my goals this year to include my health more, and maybe, focus more on goals surrounded around my health and create more goals around that area instead of, being so focused in on spirituality and personal development, because I'm already doing that. That comes naturally for me, to read every day, to meditate every single day. So all that comes naturally to me. What doesn't come naturally to me is, exercising. So that's something I need to work on, and I know that I need to create goals around that. So for you, that may look different. It may be opposite. You may, be great at, disciplining yourself to go to the gym every day, but yet you haven't picked up a book and read something about personal growth in 5 years. So what is it for you? Okay. And then build your goals around those things. So what you do is you really, you list out those areas, and then you create 5 to 10 goals for each of those areas. So create 5 to 10 goals for each of those areas. And obviously tonight we're going to talk more around business because I'm a business coach. So business Instagram coach. So we're going to talk more about that. So 5 to 10 overall big goals for those areas. I don't want you to make them into smaller goals yet. We will, but not yet. Just overall big goals. What do you want accomplished? 5 to 10 goals that you want to accomplish for your business. 5 to 10 goals you want to accomplish for your health. 5 to 10 goals you want to accomplish for relationships. 5 to 10 goals for fun and recreation. 5 to 10 for money. 5 to 10 for personal and spiritual growth. Okay? So write all those down. Just big overall goals. So for instance, some of my business goals this year is to, make 500,000 by the end of the year. Another one of my goals is to book out speaking engagements every other month. Another one of my goals is to help 200 women become 6-figure businesses. Another one of my goals is to create more time for myself to do more content and course creation. Another one of my goals is to do a Forbes feature. So another one is a mastermind retreat. So I have a ton of goals. I can go on and on about, 10 different, probably 20 different goals I have for my business. But for you, what are those 5 to 10 overall goals that you have for your business? And for each area in your life, okay? Then out of all of those goals that you've written down, you're going to pick out the top 5 to 10 goals that you want to accomplish in the next 6 months. So you probably have now, for each category, you have 5 to 10 goals. So you probably have somewhere between 60 and 80 goals. Okay. So now you've got 60 to 80 goals, and you're going to pick 5 to 10 of those that you want to kind of hone in on and focus in on to accomplish in the next 6 months. So what are those for you? Those 5 to 10 top things that you want to accomplish in the next 6 months. So for me, if I want to earn 500,000 by the end of the year, then that means that at the 6 month mark, I need to be at 250,000 approximately. So, so one of my goals would be 250,000. If I want to, book out more speaking engagements and I want to do one every other month, then that means I need to at least do 2 to 3 by the 6 month mark, right? So 2 to 3 speaking engagements by the 6 month mark. If I want to help 200 women become six-figure businesses, that means I need to enroll at least 100 women into one of my programs to help them do that. Okay. Yes, I do, Jay. So, so what is that for you? What are those overall, what are those zoned in on goals that you have, those 5 to 10? Then I want you to take those goals and I want you to write them in your journal. So write those goals down in your journal. I keep a journal all the time, you guys. Like, this is my newest journal. I probably have like 30 journals, honestly. I journal everything because I just believe in the power of pen to paper, and there's something magical about that happens, that you set your intention on, and also it conveys a message to the universe too. So, so mine, for instance, this is my newest journal. It says Organized Chaos, which describes me perfectly. So, okay, so your 5 to 10. So what are your 5 to 10? What are your top 5 to 10 out of all of those goals that you wrote down? Put them in your journal. Then next to each one of those 5 to 10 goals that you want to accomplish in the next 6 months, I want you to write down your why for each goal. So why do you want to accomplish it? Okay. So why do you want to accomplish those 5 to 10 goals in the next 6 months? What is the why? And what I want you to do is, when you write out your why, many times when we write out our why, it tends to be very surface and not a very in-depth why. So I want you to ask yourself that why like 3 different times. So for instance, I want to lose 25 pounds in the next 6 months. Why? Because I want to feel better. Why? Because I want to feel better about myself. Why? Because I want to be healthier. Why? Because I want to be healthier so that I live a longer life for my kids. So ask yourself those why, because it will come up with superficial, on the surface type of whys initially, but I want you to drill it down like 3 times down. So drill down 3 times deeper with your why, so that you can get to the core reason of what your why is. Okay? So what is your why? What is your why for each one of those goals? So why do you want to accomplish them? And drill it down like 3 times deep. Okay, then I want you to visualize those goals as if you already have them. So visualize it as you already have them. So if I want to make $250,000 in the first 6 months, I might visualize what it feels like and how I feel to be making that much money. Where would I be living? What would I be doing? Would I be maybe on a vacation somewhere tropical that I haven't been before, celebrating the 250,000? Would I be in a resort? Would I be on the beach somewhere sipping on, Mai Tais? What would it look like? Visualize what it would look like to accomplish your goals. So visualize what would it look like to accomplish your goals. And I want you to visualize it down to the very detail. What kind of car are you driving? What kind of sheets are you waking up on in the morning? What kind of breakfast are you eating in the morning, especially if you're doing more health related? What kind of breakfast are you eating, if you lost 20 pounds? What kind of dress are you wearing if you lost 20 pounds? What kind of vacation are you going on if you earned 250,000 in your business? What are you doing for your family? Did you buy your family a house with that money? So really visualize. So stop. And I want you to visualize. I want you to do this exercise for 5 to 10 minutes for each goal that you declared in your journal. I want you to visualize as if you already have it, and really dive deep into that visualization as if it's already yours. And I want you to feel it as if it's already yours. So it's already yours for the taking. It's already yours. It's happened already. So what does your life look like? What does your life look like with your goals, with those 5 to 10 goals? Okay. So tell me what your life is looking like with those 5 to 10 goals that you've accomplished. So what does it look like? Where are you at? What does your home look like? What does your family look like? What do you look like? Where are you waking up? Are you on vacation? Are you at home? Did you buy a new house? Did you buy a new car? So really visualize those 5 to 10 goals as if you already have them accomplished, and really feel it as if they're already yours, okay? Because feeling it as if it's already yours is really the key to opening that up to the universe to be able to bring that into your life. So feel as if it's already yours, okay? And hold on to those visuals. So so write them down. This should be written in your journal. And I want you to go in that journal, and I want you to do this at least once a week. So once a week, I want you to go in. I want you to look at what your goals are. I want you to do this visualization practice at least once a week with every single one of your 5 to 10 goals that you said that you wanted to accomplish at the 6-month mark. Okay? So, so visualize, feel them. Then I want you to write down in your journal next to your why. So you've got your goals. Now you've got your why. And now I want you to write down next to that 3 inspired actions that you can take today to start working towards those goals. What 3 inspired actions can you do today or tomorrow morning that will move you closer to those goals? What is that for you? So if it's, me making $250,000 by the 6-month mark, it might be me staying up late tonight to create a new course. Or it may be me reaching out and following up with all my discovery calls that we booked in December, and trying to do follow-up calls to see if I can sign on anybody new. Okay, so that might be the inspired action I need to take. So what inspired action, 2 to 3 action steps that you can take to start working you towards those goals? Okay. And write those down next to each. So every day you're opening up your journal, you're writing down 2 to 3 inspired actions. What can I take? 2 to 3 inspired action steps today that I can take today to reach this goal. Okay. So let's just say you've got 5 goals. You've got 5 goals to accomplish in the next 6 months. And now you're writing down every day, you're writing down 2 to 3 inspired action steps that you can take to reach those 5 goals, right? Now, at the end of the week, your goal is to have accomplished at least 70% of those inspired action steps. So at the end of the week, I want you to look back and I want you to calculate. So on day 1 of this week, I did 2 of those steps. On day 2, I did 1 of those things. On day 3, I did all 3 of those things. On day 4, I did nothing. On day 5, I did 1. So I want you to write it down, and I want you to calculate. And this is what I do, you guys. You calculate what percentage did you accomplish? You're not very rare will you ever get 100%. But if you can at least get 60, 70%, I mean, how much closer would that make you to reaching your goals at the 6-month mark? If you could do even 50% of your inspired actions that you're writing down Monday through Friday, 2 to 3 inspired actions that you're writing next to each step or each goal, each goal 1, 2 to 3 inspired actions, goal 2, 2 to 3, goal 3, 2 to 3, goal 4, 2 to 3, goal 5, 2 to 3, and you're writing down 2 to 3 inspired actions. And it can be little actions. They don't have to be huge, big actions. Break them down to little steps. I'm going to call 10 people today. So I'm going to call 10 people who I was supposed to follow up with in December and I didn't. I'm going to call 10 of them today. So it can be tiny action steps like that. I'm going to write a blog today. So, it could be little things like that. I'm going to post twice today instead of once. It could be a tiny action like that. So 2 to 3 action steps that you can take next to each goal. And then I want you to aim to try to accomplish 70%. But I'll be happy if you do 50%. So I'd be happy if at the end of the week, come Friday, you check in with yourself, you look through your journal, and you calculate how many of those action steps did you, because here's the thing, is we all create goals. Everyone kind of creates goals, whether it's in your head, whether it's written down. It's more powerful if you write it down, and it's even more powerful if you share it with somebody. But what we don't do is that we don't do the action steps behind to accomplish the goals. And that's the key to achieving goals, is the accomplishments, or there's the action steps. Because really, if you're just, writing down goals, or you're just telling people what your goals are, really without action steps behind it, you're just making a wish. It's not a goal, right? Because it's never getting accomplished. So what you're really doing is making wishes all day. So until you take inspired action behind those goals, now it's a goal that you can accomplish. So this is why this piece is so important to doing in your journal, because it holds yourself accountable. Every morning you grab your journal, you write 2 to 3 inspired action steps. They can be tiny little action steps that you can do today that's going to move you closer to your goal. At the end of the week, you check in with your action steps and you try to aim for 70% accomplished. If you even got 50% accomplished, I guarantee you're going to reach more goals than you ever had probably in your entire life. So even if you did 50% of them, if you met 50% of your inspired actions at the end of the week, you'd probably do more in that week than you did all year long, right? So this is how we help keep ourselves accountable. So, okay, so what 2 to 3 inspired action steps can you take, and the importance of journaling them and checking in with them at the end of the week, okay? Let's see. Action plan, journal it. Okay, so the next one is accountability, which I touched on that a little bit. So at the end of the week, we're touching in with ourselves, we're touching base with ourselves, and we're looking into our journal, and we're looking to see, what did I get accomplished? What did I accomplish? How many action steps did I make this week? What did I accomplish? And I usually just mark it off my list. So as it's in my journal, if I accomplished it, it just gets a cross through it. So just a little line through it that it's accomplished. And a little line or a check mark. You can do a check mark if you want to do a check mark better. So, do that, and then that way you hold yourself, and this is every single week. You're holding yourself accountable every single week to get 70% of this accomplished. 70% is my number. When I first started, I think I started probably at 40 or 50%. So if that feels a little high for you, then you could start at 40 to 50%. And then work your way up. So my average accomplishments is usually 70%. Okay. But I've been doing this for probably 10 years. So I've kind of worked myself up there to get to this point. So if you want to start at like 40% or 50%, that's fine. But your goal should be to get at least 70% of all these accomplished every single week. Okay. So then that's one way to hold yourself accountable, is just checking in at the end of the week with your action steps and crossing them out. And then another thing that you can do is get an accountability partner. So get somebody who's in business, find you a business bestie who's in business also, that you guys can hold each other accountable and check in with each other. You can also send yourself emails at the end of the week. Send yourself an email and look at your email and just say, hey, just checking in to see what goals you accomplished this week, or what action steps you were able to get done this week. Okay. So send yourself an email. You can put a notification on your phone. So put a notification on your phone where it pops up at the end of the week and asks you, how did you do on your goals? How did you do on your goals this week? How many action steps did you complete this week? What was your percentage this week? So you can do that. Or you can join a group that has an accountability coach. We have a group that's called Instagram Six Figure Secret Society, where I teach women how to become six-figure businesses using Instagram. It's $47 per month, so it's totally reasonable. And we have an accountability coach in there that checks in with you guys on Monday and then checks in again with you on Friday. And that helps to keep you accountable. So that's one thing that you can do. Or you can hire a coach to specifically keep you held accountable. So because that's kind of where I see a lot of people struggle, is the accountability part. It's really hard. I think when we work in corporate America for so long, and we have managers or people to kind of hold us accountable, or quotas, or, coworkers, or, dictators, bosses, horrible bosses to hold us accountable. Then what happens is when we go to work for ourselves, or we're trying to open up our own business on the side, we have nobody to keep us accountable. And so it's really, really difficult to accomplish our goals, because we're so used to being kind of micromanaged or managed or kind of held accountable at work. When we have freedom to do it by ourselves, it becomes really difficult to hold yourself accountable to reaching those goals. So for me, thankfully, because I was in a higher level position, I was able to either, the only person that was accountable, that I was accountable to was my vice president, and I saw her maybe twice a year. So really I had to learn how to hold myself accountable. And so it comes a little easier for me. And I also do crazy little, like, I'm really super competitive with myself. So I do little crazy little competitions in my own head, to make it interesting to hold myself accountable. Like, if I reach that, I'll do this, or if I, do that today, this will happen, or I'll reward myself with that. So you can do that as well. But it is hard when you go from working a full-time job to opening up a business to hold yourself accountable. So if you need to reach out for an accountability bestie, an accountability partner, a group that can hold you accountable, definitely do that so that you can accomplish your goals. Okay. That leads me into the other stuff that I was talking about is a reward system. Is, we don't want to just crack the whip on ourselves all the time. We need to be able to reward ourselves as well. Otherwise, goals will become tedious tasks that we have to do and we won't enjoy doing them. So reward yourself. Come up with a reward system that works for you. So, if I reach at least 70% of my inspired action steps this week, I'm going to buy those cute ass pair of shoes that I saw last week. Or, if I reach my inspired action, 70% of my inspired action steps this week, then I'm going to, maybe 70% of them was, going to the gym each day. I don't know. And then at the end of the week, I'm going to reward myself with, a dark chocolate, something like that. So come up with a reward system that works for you, that gets you excited. And I suggest doing it because of the way that I do goals at the percentage, and I have you do each day. So we break it down daily, not just quarterly. Some people do quarterly, some people do 6 months. I do 6-month goals, and then we break it down even further to daily tasks. So daily inspired action steps. Okay. And everybody does goals differently. That's been successful for me. This is the way I choose to do it because it comes with an accountability system behind it if you're journaling it, right? So what I do, because it is more intense than just writing down 5 goals that you want to accomplish by the end of 3 months. Well, how are you going to keep yourself accountable, right? How are you going to keep yourself accountable during those month 1, month 2, month 3? And I think that it's just too much going on. Like if you say, oh, I'm going to accomplish this in the first 3 months, or I'm going to accomplish this. Some people only do yearly. And I think that's crazy. I don't suggest doing yearly, because really what you're doing then is you're just making wishes, because you're writing down your goals for the year and you're walking away from it, and that's it. So, if you do it this way, you create a daily action plan for yourself. And a daily action plan is really what is going to move you closer to achieving your goals. So if you do it this way, and because I do it this way, I usually have some sort of small reward at the end of the week. Or what I do is I have one big reward at the end of the month. Okay. So definitely reward yourself, whatever that is. Maybe it's a glass of wine. Maybe it's a nice hot bath. Doesn't have to cost money at all. So what is your reward system going to look like for every time that you accomplish at least 70% of your daily inspired actions, or 50% if you want to do 50%? So reward system. And then the last step that I have for you guys is to implement manifesting techniques into your goal setting, because I swear by manifesting. I honestly I wouldn't know how to really accomplish goals, or even how to do goals without implementing some sort of law of attraction or manifesting into them. So you can do any kind of manifesting techniques that you want to do. I journal. I do decluttering journaling. I do meditation. I do affirmations. I do anchoring. So if you're not sure what any of this is, what I am doing is I am creating a membership right now. It will open on January 11th, and it is going to be a manifesting membership. It's only going to be $11.11 every single month. We may up the price later down the line, but initially to open, it's going to be $11.11. And we're going to be doing all types of manifesting techniques in there. And we're going to be teaching you how to manifest, not just goal setting, not just mindset mastery, not just action planning, but also really catapulting and 10 timesing your goals and your accomplishments by including manifesting techniques into them. So that will be coming down the line, and more information will come out on that as we get closer. But our launch date for that is going to be January 11th, and it's going to be $11.11 per month. I think we're going to do $1 special to join, so it only costs you $1 to join, and we're doing some really amazing things in there, like 10% of the dollar, or the 10% of $11.11, which is $1.11, is going to go into a GoFundMe account where everybody can see every month their $1.11 going into this GoFundMe account. The end of the year, we're going to choose together as a group a cause to give that money to. We're going to do an international prayer day where we all are going to do, a prayer for, someone or something that's going on in the world. We're going to be doing meditations in there. We'll be learning affirmations. I mean, we're doing all kinds of fun stuff in there. We're going to be doing a quarterly volunteer day where a bunch of us will get together and volunteer for a cause on that same day. Maybe it's an hour volunteer time, maybe it's a full day, whatever you can do, but we'll be doing a quarterly volunteer day to give back to our communities. So that's coming down the line too. So yeah, that I'll give you guys more information when that comes closer. So with that being said, how's everybody feeling about this and everything that we went over? And do you have any questions that I can answer for you about goal setting or planning, action planning? Anything that I can support you with? And I'll just look back and see what we've got. 6 on personal growth, 8 to wake up on. 8 to wake up to Oprah. That's awesome. I love me some Oprah. Why my business is a 3 is because I have slacked and I know it. Yeah, Chris, and you know what? A lot of us do that. It's not. I'm telling you, I swear by this system that I'm teaching you guys tonight, because if I didn't do this system for myself, I wouldn't. There's no way I would have made it to end the year at 207,000. I would not have been able to do it, because it's a lot. This year, one of my goals is to hire another VA. So I have an internship going on right now because I need to free up some time because of all the work that we have going on, and it's just getting so busy. So I can free up some time to do some more programs and create some more programs. So that's definitely another goal of mine. So it's just amazing how much you can accomplish if you learn how to hold yourself accountable, and if you learn how to do daily action planning. So if you learn how to do, I call inspired action, you can call it action planning, whatever feels right for you, but daily inspiration just some daily inspired actions that you can take 2 to 3 to help you reach your goal that much closer. Because when we just write down our goals and we set it and forget it, we're not ever doing anything with them. They're just sitting there like wishes that we hope are going to be answered. But that's just not the way the universe works. The universe works for people who take inspired action. Okay. I have a hard time speaking to people about my products. What would be a good technique I could practice towards speaking with customers in public? So what I'm assuming, because I just started doing speaking engagements this year, I did one in Las Vegas and one in LA. The one in Las Vegas was in front of over 500 people. So that was a big one for me. And let me just tell you, I wanted to pee my pants because I was so nervous. And even lives are still hard for me. This is actually my first year going live and doing lives. So I would probably do an anchoring technique for you. And it's just building confidence. So it would be something like, think about a time that you're really, really confident. So everybody has those moments in their life where they were super, super confident, whether it was when you were graduating, whether it was when you had that nice dress on and all eyes were on you, whether it was when you, landed that contract, whether it was when you lost 20 pounds, whatever it is for you, we have all had a confident moment in our lives. So think about that moment, grab your favorite scent or your favorite oil or your favorite perfume or your favorite lotion. And while you're sitting in that moment for about 5 minutes and you're feeling that confidence, try to visualize where you see that confidence at. Where do you feel it For some people, it's in their chest. Some people, it's in their head. Some people, it's in their stomach. So where do you feel that confidence? And then you want to give that confidence a color. So what color is your confidence? For me, it's red. Okay. And I feel it in my chest. So for me, it's red and I feel it in my chest. And then I want you to envision that confidence getting bigger and bigger, and that color getting bigger and bigger until it consumes your entire body. And then once it's consumed your entire body and you're feeling super confident in that moment, I want you to smell whatever perfume that you chose or oil that you chose, smell it. And you're anchoring that confident feeling onto that smell. So then that way, right before you get up to do a speaking engagement, right before you get up to do a sales presentation, you just take a whiff of that smell, and automatically, the way that our brains are wired, it takes you back instantaneously to that moment of feeling confident. So that's what I would recommend for you, to try that exercise, so to help you a little bit with confidence before you do sales. Okay, before you're speaking to your people. Any other questions that I can support you all with? And just so if you guys are interested in one-on-one coaching, I do have 2 VIP spots available right now. And you can message me for information if you're interested more in one-on-one coaching. Again, I only take 5 people per year, and there are 2 slots open for 2018. So message me if you are interested in that. All right. Make sure I'm not missing anybody. Okay. I like that I'm in the alchemy class now because your manifestation videos in the fall really helped me. Oh, good. I'm so glad they helped you. Thank you. I'm so glad I love when I hear that. Thank you so much. We did a social selling with soul where we did a lot of manifestation in that too, because I really try to teach, selling from a soulful place and, doing business from a soulful place. So we did a big challenge where we did a lot of manifesting techniques and training in that. And that is really why I'm creating this membership now, this manifesting membership, because I know a lot of people like Pharaoh had a lot of success in that little 7-day training that I did. So I thought, well, if we could create a membership around that, imagine what we could do for women everywhere. So that's why we're creating this. So I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Thank you. How can you avoid being overwhelmed with daily planning? It honestly really doesn't take much because you get used to it, number one. But number two, if you think about it, if you only have 5 goals and you're only writing 2 for each one, so let's just say you write 2 inspired action steps for each goal, that's only 10 things on your list. If you accomplish 70% of that, that means that you did 7 things towards your inspired action. So, and they don't have to be big. I don't want them to be big, huge action steps, because that is when you're going to overwhelm yourself. I want them to be tiny, attainable steps that you can take each day. So what can I do today that is going to move me closer to this goal? What inspired action step can I do today? Maybe it's posting twice instead of posting just once today. Maybe it's reaching out to 10 people instead of just reaching out to 5 people. Maybe it's calling, following up with, 10 people that I was supposed to follow up with last month that I haven't followed up with. What tiny inspired action steps can you take each day that's going to move you closer to your goal? So it shouldn't feel overwhelming. If it's feeling overwhelming for you, then it's because you're creating too big of action steps. And because we're doing action steps every single day, you don't want them to be big, huge action steps. You want them to be attainable action steps that you can do each day, okay? That you can reach at least 70% of those things and get them done. Because the reality is, even if we do like big, huge, unattainable action steps, the chances are we're going to have mental blocks to achieve them anyway. Then that's where the procrastination comes in. That's where the fear comes in, because we're procrastinating. We don't want to have to do it. So too big of a step. It's going to be uncomfortable. It's too big for me. So that's why I don't believe in creating goals and doing action plans on that big level like some people do. Some people do, okay, create, 10 main goals that you want to do for the full year, and then write 5 huge action steps next to each one that you can achieve. And then what happens in our brains is that the way that our brains are wired, we start looking at it and we're like, that becomes almost like scary for us to be able to do. So those big, huge 5 to 10 things that we're supposed to be able to do in the next year, we keep putting them off. We keep putting them off. We keep putting them off because it just becomes too much for us to like wrap our brain around. To be able to accomplish them. And so then that's when the procrastination kicks in. And that's when we find 20 million other things that we can do, or we get sidetracked with 3 hours of being on Facebook when we were supposed to message 10 people on Facebook. We got sidetracked with going through everybody's profile and looking at everybody's stories on Instagram instead. So that's why I tell you, don't do it that way. I'm telling you, I swear by this because I've been in corporate America for 15 years. This is how I teach all my employees to create their, goal setting strategies is exactly what I do. Every year, I guarantee you, every year, 70% of any of the offices that I've ran, our goals are accomplished. At least 70% of our goals are accomplished. And then I also do vision boards, you guys, or dream boards, whatever you want to call them. This year we did something different. We did what's called a universe box, which was really, really cool. And there's a training in this group on the vision box. I personally haven't done mine yet, but I'm going to. And again, that I do like because it breaks it down to quarterly also, instead of doing it really big, huge steps. It's quarterly. So it's called a universe box. The video is in this group, in the Facebook group. So we did that this year, but I used to do vision boards and dream boards, and I have a pin board that I'm going to put a few of my goals out, but it's only going to be for 6 months, not a full year. And only because I like the vision board to be in front of me as I'm working each day, because our subconsciousness, it thinks in pictures. So our subconscious thinks in pictures. And so when we are seeing our pictures of what we want to accomplish, we're just ingraining that into our subconsciousness every time that we look at it. So that's why I like vision boards still too. But don't overwhelm yourself with big, huge, mighty steps, because that's when the procrastination kind of comes in, and that's when the fear kicks in, and that's when we don't get anything accomplished. So small baby steps. Let's see. How can you avoid being overwhelmed? Daily planning. I'm excited to join the manifesting group. Yay, Naida. I'm going to be posting all about that starting probably this weekend. So, what was the January 11th thing you mentioned for $11 since my video froze? So it's, I created a manifesting membership that we are doing, because for all of you that know, I am a business coach, but I truly believe in law of attraction and manifesting into your business, especially when it comes to goal setting. And so we did a social selling with soul challenge because, like I said, I just believe from coming from a place of love and from a soulful place, anytime that we're doing business as women, I just think that that's so important. And so we did a challenge that a lot of people saw a lot of success with over 7 days. And that's kind of where that manifesting membership idea came from. So it's going to be really neat, you guys. It's going to be an amazing membership. So if you're interested in that, kind of stay tuned with me, because I'll be releasing more details probably this weekend about it. Monday at the latest, and it opens on January 11th, and it'll probably be $1 to start is what we're doing, and then $11.11 per month to begin. So like if you get in early, it'll be $11.11. You'll be locked in at that price, and then we'll eventually increase the price probably to $33.33. I feel like my shop is all over the place since I make products and have some affiliated links. What tips do you have? So you feel like your shop is all over the place since I make products and have some affiliated links. What tips do you have? Naida, why don't maybe try, what kind of shop do you have, Naida? Tell me again. What kind of shop is it? What kind of shop? Tell me what kind of shop, and then I can give you some better ideas. Thanks. Took notes. Definitely going to apply them. Hard time speaking to people. Let's make sure. Didn't miss any comments. Do I only mentor women? No. No. I mean, I've been in corporate America for a long time, so I work with men too. It's just not as often as what I work with women. So I work mostly with women though. So helpful. Thank you. Inspired. daily actions. Love the universe box training. Great. Thank you so much. I will definitely try the vision board. So excited. Thank you. Naida, remind me what kind of products you're selling. So maybe what I'm thinking for you for products is, I know for me, I have a lot of digital products. So what I'm going to do this year, instead of kind of putting them all out there, I'm going to focus in on a certain amount of Instagram. We're getting ready to close because it's almost an hour. We got 23 seconds left. So if you guys want to follow me on Facebook, the link is in my bio. If you want to send me a message on how to work with me more, definitely send me a message. I respond to all of my DMs. And I will see you guys on our next training. Will be next week. Okay. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate your time. Truly, I do. So thank you for joining me, Instagram. I'm going to stay with Facebook here. Okay. Bye, ladies. Okay. Instagram only gives you an hour, so I needed to wrap that up. Okay. So what I would suggest, so what I'm doing this year, because I have a lot of digital products and I know that can overwhelm people, and I'm also affiliate for a few people too. So what I've decided to do this year is to really break it down by months. So focus more in on when I do my training, for instance, when I do, this type of training, I'm going to, like, maybe all of January, I'm going to be talking more about business or soulful selling or business and manifesting or law of attraction and manifesting in your business. So I'll be talking about more relatable things, and I'm going to be pushing and selling just the manifesting membership site for January. And then I'm going to switch up my links. And in February, I'll focus maybe on Instagram 101. And then in March, maybe I'll focus in on, email, how to build your email list. So maybe doing it month per month and breaking it down that way. So maybe you do 5 products per month that you're featuring. Maybe you try to make it related to like a holiday that's coming around. I don't know what kind of products you have, but maybe it's around a holiday that's coming around. So something like that. When you do free trainings, if you do free trainings, maybe you make your free trainings about that product that month as well. And then you just feature those 5 products for that month to help you kind of narrow it down a little bit, or 3 products for that month. So I know that's what I'm doing this year because it got a little overwhelming. So I probably created over 40 different e-courses. And so when I just sell them randomly, 1 week I'm selling this, the next week I'm selling that, the next week I'm selling this, just becomes too confusing for my audience. So this year I decided that I'm going to be really honing in and focusing in on what products to sell based on each month. Okay. And then my free trainings will also be based around those trainings, around those free products, or around those products as well. So I hope that makes sense. All right. All right, ladies. Clothing and a bit of jewelry. Yeah. So maybe you do like maybe pieces that match each other. So maybe like a few outfits and just a few things of jewelry that match those outfits to make it less overwhelming for your audience. You're great. Thank you, Jessica. I appreciate that. I have this sense of fear that paralyzes me from being visible. I am a natural public speaker and extrovert. I am the person who walks in the room and up to everyone in there with a smile. I feel, hold on, let's see. Okay, to everyone. I feel like I've been in this paralyzing state of limbo, purgatory, where I am afraid of fame because I hate public humiliation and celebrity shaming, extortion, and just not being treated with compassion or like a human. Being popular in school, college felt like that on a small level, and it really hurt me. I was always the topic of gossip, cyberbullied, hacked, and harassed by mean girls. I work in entertainment, so this is huge ceiling because there's a cap on how successful you can be in my industry without visibility. I know now that this is a block that's holding me back because I only let myself get so much visibility before I self-sabotage or shut down. I know I should just stop being afraid and stop living in the story, projecting anxiety about past events, accusing in the future. How can I quiet my fears and feel safe of blowing my star to rise? Rewrite your story. So this is what I do, Pharaoh. So rewrite your story. Rewrite your story. Take some time, and I mean take some really, really soul searching time this weekend. Get a beautiful journal and write down all the stuff that you just said right now. But obviously, you can go into more detail about the why. Remember, drill down the why. So why do I feel this way? And then why do I feel this way? And then why again do I feel this way? So drill down the why at least 3 times to get to the real core stem of it. And then rewrite your entire story. So write down everything on one page and then switch that page, tear it up, burn it, whatever you want to do. Hold a little ceremony for it, bury it. I don't care what you do with it, but take that story, bury it somewhere, do something with it. Some people burn it, some people rip it up. Do whatever you need to do with it, but tear that story up and rewrite your entire story from a positive perspective of what it could be like if you took away those fears. So what could it be if you took away those fears? And if you need to do that exercise like once a week until your subconsciousness lets it soak in, then do it once a week. So it may take more than just one time of rewriting your story. It may take 10, 15, 20 times. It might take all year of you doing that. But I guarantee you, the more that you do it, the more that it's going to subconsciously sink in. And then the more you're going to start to believe it, and the more you're going to start ridding that fear and starting to regain that confidence, because it's there. Because you even said it in here that, you used to not be like that. So it's there. We just got to find it and pull it up again. And we need to rewrite your story. So do that. Start journaling your story again. Okay. Journal a whole brand new story for yourself. Okay. And do it once a week. Okay. Good idea with the matching and doing that as well. I needed that. Yeah, no problem. Bree, no problem. Okay. All right, ladies. Well, we've been on for a little bit over an hour, so I'm going to let you all get back to your evening. I am going to be holding a training next week. I did in my planner, my handy dandy planner, that I'm trying to become more organized. I did put in that I will be doing, let's see, Mondays are admin work. Tuesdays, I'm doing Instagram training. So Tuesdays, I'm going to be doing Instagram training. And then on Fridays, I'm going to be doing, was it Friday? Oh no, on Wednesdays. Wednesdays, I'm going to be doing Wine and Shine with Wendy. So I'm going to be doing a little segment. I'll be doing it in the Facebook group, and I'll be doing it on Instagram too. And that'll be more, just kind of about business in general. It won't necessarily have to be about Instagram, but I'm going to kind of provide more Instagram training for you guys at least once a week. And then the other time per week will be just general business manifesting, law of attraction type of training. Okay. So that is what I'm going to do. So you can catch me next week live. I will be here in this group and then also on Instagram live. Thank you for all your advice and guidance. You are welcome, Naida. Thank you, ladies, for joining me. I truly appreciate your time because I know that time is a precious commodity. So I appreciate you taking the time to be with me here live, okay? And Happy New Year, ladies. I'm wishing you all the best in the world this year and a prosperous new year. So if you guys need anything, you know how to reach me. Feel free to reach out anytime. You can message me. And I'll see you guys again next week here in the training, okay? I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good night. Bye-bye.